Levi. Erase that blob.
Oh, you caught me. I'm in the hallways of Harvard and working on a very complex math problem. Oh, I must be very smart.
You need therapy from Robin Williams.
Yeah, but I'm gonna reject him at first and be mean to him about his passed away wife.
Those are your defenses from your rough childhood.
Right, but it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. Hey, it's not your fault.
Stop it.
Don't you know
Stop it.
that it's not your fault?
Stop. Oh!
Do you get it now?
Yes, all my problems are fixed.
That's all that it takes.
Then you make a movie about it. That was actually their relationship in real life at the time.
No way.
Oh no.
You know, I didn't realize that it was about a guy named Will Hunting. I thought it was like, hey, you're gonna go hunting? Here's Goodwill. I didn't know. I just didn't know.
You just didn't know. It's not your fault.
There is no way for me to know. Don't you see that?
I see that. I also see that every time you exhale, the breath goes out the eyeball holes of that mask and fogs up your glasses.
Well,
I really hope they can see it, but unlikely.
That's how lions work.
Oh, they breathe out of their eye holes?
Yeah, did you not know that?
I didn't know that, but it's not my fault.
What do you think about the two of us doing a sick dance break?
I feel pretty good. 1, 2, 3, go!
You've got to do better than that, Mr. Levi. Are you okay?
I'm okay, but my marker's not.
You're ruining the dance break. 7:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
1, 2, 3, let's go. Hello, sweet viewers. It's just me right now, and I should erase this. Good job. Oy. Brady will be here, but he is celebrating a Jewish holiday that shall not be named right now, but he'll be here in the second half of the stream. Although the likelihood that he's on time is not super high. So please ask your questions, and I will answer them. If they're for Brady, then just hold off. If they're about Brady, now's a good time. Okay, I normally have Brady for this, and now this is just uncomfortable. Hello over there. How are you? Oh, don't be shy. Do you want to come up? You don't want to come up? No? Oh, don't lean into the lights there. Yeah, don't do that. Good. Good, very good. Well, we're happy to have you here tonight. Yes. Okay. No, don't cry. Don't cry. It's okay. I'm going to go find a Reddit question so that our viewer over there doesn't get too upset. No, I don't want Reddit popular. I want Reddit ACT, which is extra popular. Roby says, don't cry. Don't cry. There we go. Thank you, Roby. Roby, do you have any questions that are SAT or ACT level questions? Got some new stuff. This looks fun. I will do this, and you will watch me do it. No. Okay, Roby, that's cool. Oh, wow, that's very zoomed in. Oy, oy, oy. Give me just a moment. We have this situation here. Okay, I don't know if we need the answer choices to look at. I'm not sure, so we'll just try this for now. Okay, so we have a company that sells ice cream. This is also from the Reddit ACT, so if you're looking for it, that's where it is. But also ask your questions. Yes, if you're watching and not asking questions, you're doing it wrong. Unless you're Roby, in which case you're doing it Roby's way, which is to correct me when I mess up, which is why I pay you half of my salary for this. A company sells ice cream in 2 quart containers for $3 per container. Sure. The company also sells ice cream in 1.5 quart containers for $2.50. Interesting. What is the ratio of the price per quart for the 2 quart container to the price per quart for the 1.5 container? This is a very confusing question because you have a lot of units being thrown around, and you sort of have a rate per unit, and then you have to compare those as a ratio. So that's very confusing because ratios are something to something else or something over something else, A to B or A over B. So we have to figure that out. But at the moment, we know that it's 2 quarts equals $3, right? Blast. $3. Hi, Mishmish. There was this dude blatantly cheating during the SAT last Saturday. Really? Yeah, that happens. It's not the end of the world to ignore it. It's not the end of the world to bring the proctor's attention to it. It is, whatever you think is right in that situation. Not during a section, but yeah. If to take solace in something, now I know, so that's good. And I'll send Brady to smite him down, Right? Yeah. Okay, so we have 2 quarts equals $3. And then we have the other one, which is 1.5 quarts equals $2.5. Mish, are you taking the test again? Also, that person's score just won't really affect. It just won't. It's not a big deal. But it is super annoying and frustrating. But you know what? That person is going to go really far in life and never get caught. So also the silver lining there. No, this is your last try. Okay, so you're done. Cool. There you go. Do you have any questions about college application stuff? I assume that's what you're now transitioning to, although I'm sure you've already sort of begun. I need to take the ACT. Oh, you're taking the ACT also. Okay, there you go. Actually, the ACT is actually impossible to cheat on, so that's a nice thing to know as well. I'll stop failing to help you. Okay, so if you have any ACT questions, let me know. Have you taken the ACT before? My guess is you have, but if not, then we can talk about the differences or things you need to prep, things like that. And anybody else who's not Mishmish. I'm almost done with college apps. Oh, nice, nice, cool. You have not. Okay, so let's talk about the ACT. What do you know? What do you not know? Anything that's a little fuzzy for you? Just ask me. I will finish this question though. Okay, so we have 2 quarts is $3. 1.5 quarts is $2.50. Sure. Now the question here is, what is the ratio of the price per quart for this one to the price per quart of this one? There are a bunch of numbers here, so this is very confusing. But the ratio that we want is price per quart to price per quart. So that's what we want to figure out. What is the price per quart? We can use this stuff. I don't know anything, to be honest. I was just encouraged to take both, so I might as well try. Yeah, sure. Have you ever taken a practice test? Because that would be a great idea. How did that go if you have? If you haven't, then we can just do general stuff, but I do recommend doing that. You probably have? I don't know. Just tell me. Okay, we have price per quart to price per quart. So for this guy, the first one, I'll do this in blue, the price per quart, that's going to be dollars over quarts. That's what we want to get from here. So we can use units to tell us where to go. Oh, so you should take a practice test, Mishmish. Do that. Just do it right now. So we need dollars over quarts, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to divide and try to figure out what we get, okay? So here, we're going to divide this guy by 2 quarts and this guy by 2 quarts. That will lead us to $3 per 2 quarts, right? So 3 over 2. And let's just leave it, no, let's put dollars, and I'm going to put dollars on the left here. Dollars over quarts, that is what we want. And then same exact thing here, we divide by 1.5 quarts and 1.5 quarts. I have calc to worry about today. Ah, yes. Do you want to talk about calc? Nobody else is asking questions, so I'm happy to do some calc, but I also might not. It will be one of those two things. So 2.5 divided by 1.5 is 5/3. So let's just put it that way. 5/3, and this is again dollars per quart. Yeah? So now we need to compare these two things, okay? We have 3 over 2 versus 5/3. Now, what do we got here? Oh, thank you for the follow, Poundrin. 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 Okay, sure. I'll let you know if I need some help. Cool, yeah? All right, so here now we have 3 over 2 versus 5 over 3. And we may have to mess with those numbers a little bit to make it look like the answers. I'm not sure. So we have 3 over 2 as a ratio to 5/3. That's what we wanted because we wanted the price per quart of the 2-quart container, which is the first one, to the second, the 1.5-quart container. So this is what we have here. It probably will need a little bit of work. So let me just pull the answers here. Oh, okay. So these are actually, this is why these questions can be very difficult. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay. These answers are not even like this. They are fractions. So fractions are actually easier. If you have a ratio like this, then the fraction from that will be the first one as the numerator and the second one as the denominator. Shiny Doitsu, hello, welcome. Do you have questions? Following is great, but you need to get something out of that follow, which means asking us questions. Me, I'm the only one here. Brady's coming later. Okay, so we're going to have to put this guy over this guy, which gives us 3/2 over 5/3. Anytime you divide by a fraction, it means you multiply by the reciprocal. So that's 3/2 times. Oh, you did. Thank you, Here in the Moment. Here in the Moment, if you know how, can you actually post the time-stamped beginning of this question to that person's question on the ACT, if you're willing? If not, that's fine. I can do it myself. Just let me know whether or not you're going to do it. And then I will answer your question. So now I'm multiplying by the reciprocal here, which is 3/5. And that will give us, across the top is 9, across the bottom is 10. So the answer is 9/10. I hope that makes sense. The person who actually asked this question is not here, so, ask some follow-ups if you are interested when you see this. Hopefully you will. Senior year is not fun, TBH. Yes, until after you get into schools, and then it's much more fun. Don't have too much fun, because then you get a letter like me saying, pick up your grades or we will rescind your acceptance. Don't do that. It was terrifying. But it was mainly because I had a D in gym. And that was a mistake. Didn't know that, huh? Yeah. See, you learned something new when yeah, there you go. All right, let me, oh boy, that's embarrassing. Let's just throw that up there. Sorry about the little thing down there. Yeah, I had a D in gym. I didn't want to run, okay? I was on the cross-country team, as you can probably tell, and I was running like 60, 70 miles a week, so I didn't think I should run in gym. But I could have just run in gym and not gotten a D. But there was no way I could have possibly known. Okay, what do we 41 first. Cool, I will do that here in the moment. Here in the moment, can you post here? I didn't link it. You don't know how. Oh, crap. Okay. I will do it myself. Do it myself. For future reference, you can go to our videos. Oh, well, yeah, kind of. It's fine. It's all about learning. If you go to the videos tab, I don't know, are you on mobile or are you on desktop? If you're on desktop, go to the videos tab. And there should be the first or the most recent video is one with a question mark, and that's the current one. If you start watching that and drag the scrubber thing to the part of the video where I started that question, you can then pause the video there, click the share button, which is just over here below the player, and click share, and then there's a little box that you check that says start at this time. And then you copy that link, and then you put it on the thing. That will also be on the ACT, so it's good to know. Bro CS, wrong side. Dang it, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, because it's flipped. So stupid. Oh, I just forget it's flipped. Cool. You can also do it this time, because it can still happen, because I'm not going to do it for another while. Okay. Ooh, lights off. Is Brady sick? No, Brady is celebrating an unnamed Jewish holiday today, but he will be here hopefully in 30 minutes, although who knows. Okay, you don't have to here in the moment. I'm not trying to strong-arm you into that. Okay, I'm pulling up your question. So 41 you want? Ooh, this is... Oh, yes, I like these. I can make these better for you. Roby, what's the... I don't know what those things mean, Roby. I'm sorry. I just don't know what they mean. Okay. Invigilator. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to pull this guy up because this one looks fun. This, I like this. I'm going to rewrite. So A and B are positive, real numbers, great, so we just don't have to deal with any weird stuff. Which of the following is equivalent to that given thing? I'm going to write the given thing up, and then I'm going to just get rid of those two lines so I can just look at the answer choices. So we have 2a to the negative 1, and then we have just square root of b, all of that to the 4th power over ab to the negative 3 power. I am going to blow your minds, okay? Not with math that is crazy, but just with an approach to these questions that takes them from being, how is this number 1? Oh, this is 41, right, that makes sense. I can make this question, this type of question for you fast. Like you can do this within 30 seconds, which is really cool, in my opinion. So let me just get rid of the question itself. Okay, so this is what we're working with. Here is the awesome approach to this. Don't pay attention to both letters at the same time. It's hard to try to make these things look like each other, and you don't know what to do with this because it's all one thing. So you might say, okay, I'm going to distribute that exponent to each of the guys in here. But this is what I recommend. Now, of course, you need to know your exponent rules and anything to do with radicals. If you don't know that, that is the basics. But let's assume you do. If you don't, then we'll talk about that too. But we're only going to pay attention to the a variable, okay? That's it. If we just figure out the a value and put everything, so choose a variable, that's step 1. And then put in exponents only. So what that means is I'm going to look at the a, and I don't want any radicals. Any radicals is going to throw this off, okay? It's going to make it harder to see. Our brains don't really do radicals super well, especially if it's like the, something to like this, the 8th root of b squared, right? That's confusing, and that would become the 4th root of b, but whatever. So we're going to just look at a, and negatives and fractions in the exponent is fine. So our first step is going to be a to the negative 1. Okay, so we have a to the negative 1, and that's to the 4th over a, which will be a to the negative 4th over a, which will be a to the negative 5th. Okay? A to the negative 5th is really quick, right? We can get rid of, that means this is our a value inside of our expression here, right? So that means answer choice A is wrong because we have a squared. Now we have a to the 4th in the denominator, which would be a to the negative 4th, so that's no good. C works, D works, E does not. Okay? So we just got rid of A, we got rid of B, we got rid of E. And now we can do it again. We can actually use the constant term. We have 2 to the 4th. Well, actually, no, let's not do that because, does this make sense here in the moment? I just looked at the A values. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you get it or no? I don't know what yes means. I'm sorry. I asked too many questions, and I don't know if I asked the negative or the positive of them. Okay, you get it. Cool. Okay, so C and D both have 16s on top, so that's not going to help us. And now let's look at B's. We have the square root of B. The square root of B is B to the 1/2. If you don't know that, that's very important. And that's to the 4th, and then we have B to the negative 3rd. Right? Why did he look so stressed? Me? Because I don't know what those things mean. I don't know what they mean. Okay, so B to the 1/2 to the 4th power will be 1/2 times 4. That's power rule. So we get B squared over B to the negative 3, which will be B to the 5th. So that's our B, which means that C is our answer. Ding, ding, ding. D cannot be the answer because we have B to the 4th. So the way to do these questions is to just choose a variable and put it into, so you choose A, sure. Then you put it in exponents only. So if there are any radicals, put them in exponents. And then you can compare them to these. Now, if any of these have, A in some radicals, then take them, transfer the radicals into exponents and then you can just compare those. Sometimes you don't have to look at a second variable. We got rid of 3 answers. Sometimes you can get rid of 4. Does this make sense here in the moment? The approach to this makes it so much clearer, in my opinion. If you don't agree, then I haven't taught it the correct way. Good. I'm glad it makes sense. It looks like if we had said, no, yeah. All right, yeah, we needed to do 2 of these things. There you go. I really like this approach. Okay, so calc is so stressful, but to be honest, I can fail the class and it won't matter since I already got all of my math credits. Calculus is a beautiful language. Calculus is very cool. I agree. I personally like algebra more, but calculus is very cool. We all agree. Okay. Let's pull up something else. What do you got for me here in the moment? What does Reddit have? Yeah, this number 28 that's on Reddit, someone answered it. In each direction, it has a 12-foot lane for car traffic, 1 6-foot lane, and 1 8-foot lane. How many feet wide is the whole street? Yeah, okay. So, no, we don't need to do that. Let me erase this. Yeah, let me erase this. And then we'll do something else. Okay. Do we have any Discord questions? If not, that's cool. Strange. Nah, let's do Reddit. Okay. Yes, there's one more, number 28. Is that, do you want that answered? I'm happy to answer that. It may have just been that there are 2. Oh, okay. Yes, give me a second, I will find that. Ooh. Oh, this one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's do this. All right. We have Hallie. Hallie? Hallie. Hallie is bowling a series of 3 games. She has bowled 2 of 3 games with scores of 148 and 176. This is a top view of the bowling lane. This question is only talking about the area of the bowling lane, so let's ignore that. No, we can't. Okay, so the figure below is a top view of the bowling lane. The dimensions for the bowling lane are given in the figure. The pin deck is the rectangular area within the bowling lane where the 10 pins are set up. So we have the whole bowling lane. At the end is the pin deck. Sure. The diameter of each pin at its base is 2.25 inches. Sure. So the pin is sitting down on the bowling lane. When all of the pins are set up, which of the following values is closest to the area in square inches that is covered by the bases of the pins? Sure. Okay, so the base of the pin is a circle. That's very important, I think. Now, it does say diameter, so that should help you. I'm not sure where you went wrong or you just didn't know what to do here. But if this is the base of the pin, that is the best circle I've ever drawn in my life. So that length is 2.25, yeah? And and there are 10 of them. I think. Do they say 10 pins somewhere? Yeah, 10. So the area of this pin, the A of a pin, is going to be, those pins look really satisfying to draw with. They are sometimes, unless you let Brady draw with them. Because Brady's lefty and then he's writing left to right, he's digging the tip of the pen into the glass, and it ends up killing the marker kind of fast. Whereas writing right-handed, now this doesn't look like my right hand, but it is. Writing this way, I'm not using the tip of the pen, and it reserves it? No. Conserves it? What? I don't know what word I'm looking for. That word that you know I'm talking about. Okay, so the radius is going to be 1.125, and then we're going to square that and multiply it by pi. Yes, please let me know if that doesn't make sense. I don't know what that number is squared. 1.125 is 9/8, right? So 9/8 squared is 81 over, let's see. Weight. What is the weight for? Did you make a simple mistake? Ah. Is that your answer? Is that the answer, or is that what I should have written here? Where did I get the 1.125? Okay, so finding the area here in the moment is pi r squared, right? Pi r squared, the radius is not 2.25. They told us the diameter is 2.25. So the radius has to be half of that, which is 1.125. Or you can change it into a fraction, which would be, oh, that's 9/8. What have I done? Sorry, that was 5. What? Okay, this is 9/8, right? Roby, gotta keep me honest here. That's 9/8, right? Because that's 2 1/4. That's, no. Oh, yeah, okay, so I did do it right. So the radius is 9/4. That's the radius. So the radius squared is going to be 9/4. Sorry. That's the diameter. Oh my goodness. And the radius is going to be 9/8, because if you're dividing this by 2, you just double the denominator. So we get 9/8. Now, 9/8 squared is going to be, I don't know, times pi. So 9/8 squared is 81 over 64 pi. And now there are 10 of these things, yeah? So if we're multiplying this by 10, we need 10 because there are 10 bowling pins, so 10 times these two things. I don't know what this is. I can do it later, I guess. So this is 810 over, no, I don't want to do it that way. That's stupid. Let's divide this by 2. It's around 12.65. That's interesting. 12.65, thank you, pi. So 12.65 times 3.14 is about 40, right? So the answer would be A. Does that make sense here? Wow, oh, I like that circle. It's like it's a nice circle. Yeah, it's around 40. Yeah, no problem. What was the mistake you made here in the moment? Was it that they gave you diameter and you used that as the radius? Was it the area of the circle formula? What was the tripping point? Was it multiplying by 10? What did you do? What have you done? We should definitely have some more questions. So if you're watching and you're not asking questions, you are doing yourself a disservice and you're not feeding me. I think I forgot to multiply by 10. Ah, there you go. There you go. Okay, cool. All right, let me erase this. Let's do something else. I don't only have to do these questions from Reddit. I can do anything you guys, well, no, I can't do anything. But I can do any SAT and ACT stuff you want to talk about. So please ask. Otherwise, you're making an enormous mistake. Because as soon as Brady gets here, I'm going to be pulled super, super off topic. ACT is a disgrace, according to Espinacas, whatever that means. All right, let's hop over to the SAT if nobody complains. See what they got over there on the SAT subreddit. This looks like fun. Why is it A? I know you have to switch the x and y to find the inverse, but I still don't get it. Why isn't it D? Okay, let's pull this guy up. Oh, okay, this is very much a no, let's do yours here in the moment. That's fine. It's all good. Did you hear in the moment? Where is it? There it is. You are confused. Be not confused, sweet, sweet viewer. Be enthused. Okay. Doesn't look like I have to draw much here, so that's nice. All right. To become a contestant on a quiz show, a person must correctly order 4 rock stars by age, from youngest to oldest. The contestant knows which one is the oldest rock star, but randomly guesses at the order of the other 3 rock stars. Okay. With these things, actually, I lied, you should be drawing something. Drawing things makes them more visual. It outsources the work to the paper. Everybody knows that outsourcing is a good idea unless there are tariffs in place. I have no comment on this current tariff situation. 1/3 factorial? Question mark. Or are you saying 1/3? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Okay, so yeah, you have the 4 slots for rock stars, right? But you know, let's say it's rock stars A, B, C, and D. But you know that A is the oldest or youngest. Doesn't really matter. Whatever. A is this rock star. So now A is just not part of the situation at all. You're not guessing. You know that's right. So let's totally ignore it. And then the 3 factorial. So there are a couple things. Yeah, no. I figured, bruh. I figured, bruh. It really rolls off my tongue, the term bruh, right? Really sounds like, and I look like I would say something like that, right? Bruh. It sounds so good, right? All tutors say bruh, but it's wrong anyways. Okay. So we can do anything in these 3 spots. How many options do we have for the first one? Here in a moment. This is where probability comes from. This is where choose and permutations comes from. You have 3 options here, right? You can do B, you can do C, you can do D. The next spot, you don't have 3 more options. You have 2 options. Yes, everybody is weird. That is very true. You have 2 options here because you've already chosen one. I don't know which one we chose, but we chose one of them. So now we only have 2 options, and now we only have 1 option. Okay? So we're going to multiply all of these options together. The A doesn't count. You can do any of these 3 options. And the reason we multiply is because we could choose, at the start, we could choose B, and then, or we could choose C, or we could choose D. Yeah? So we're choosing we're choosing B, C, or D. And then from there, we could choose C or D, and we could choose B or D, and we could choose B or C. And then from there, we can only choose D, we can only choose C, we can only choose D, we can only choose B, we can only choose C, and we can only choose B. Okay? So we could either do this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, or this guy. Only meaning 6, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little pickle things. Okay? So, yes, you are a genius. It's proved. It has been proven. So that's why we multiply. We have 3 options, and then each of them break into 2. So that means you have 2 for every 3 you had originally. So that's 2 times 3, right? So we won't have time to draw this. Yeah, don't draw this. This is just the underlying foundational conceptual knowledge, idea, thought behind permutations, why you're multiplying these numbers together. This, I think, is super useful because it's very robust. It can deal with different types of situations. Let's say you know the first one, you know the last one, you have 10 other options, so you go 10 times 9, and that's it. It just deals with stuff better. There is a formula, but it's only in very specific scenarios. I like this better. So 3 times 2 times 1. Now, this will give you 3 factorial, which equals 6, or 3 times 2 times 1. The 1 doesn't matter. 3 times 2 is 6. So these are all the options. Now, the question is, what is the probability that you get it right, which means that you have 1 over 6. Does the order matter? Decide between permutation and... Oh, sorry, you're not actually asking the question. I understand. The formula is on TI-84 calculators, but I don't know how to input it. It's a dangerous thing to input this type of thing, because there are a lot of moving parts. In this case, we're using all of them. So the permutation combination formulas, so the answer is 1/6. It would be G here. You know the first one. There are only 6 other ways to mess around with the other guys. It doesn't work if other things are thrown in a lot of the time. So be careful of that type of situation. So I like this. You get to visualize it and understand what's going on. I know what this is. There are 3 options, then there are 2, then there's 1, so I multiply them all together. Please let me know if you have any more follow-up questions on this idea, because it's very important. Or actually, I lied. It's not very important. You might get one question. You'll probably get one question on the SAT or ACT, and actually less likely on the SAT. So it's not super common, but it can happen on the ACT for sure. I will check Discord meme. I will. So it's a difficult concept. I don't think it's very important for these tests. So if this is something that you leave off because you're uncomfortable with fractions and that's what you're working on, fine, because fractions are way more important than factorial. Permutations and combinations are higher level. You won't get more than one question. What? Oh, yes. Okay. CB Turtle, hello. Pop in and say hi. Been busy, but I will get through the question soon. Awesome, CB Turtle. Hello. It is good to see your name on my screen there. I'm sorry Brady's not here. He will be here later if you want to hang out for another little bit. He should be here supposedly by 8:15, but probably not. Check Discord. I am checking Discord. Watch me. All right. Oh, we got a question for stream. Oh, we got a lot of questions for stream. Very nice. This looks fun. Don't tell me it doesn't look fun. Oh my gosh. CB Turtle, thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Everybody should act more like CB Turtle. Either subscribe or ask questions. Or correct me when I make mistakes, which is what Roby does. So Roby's already got that filled. I can only make one mistake at a time, probably. So yeah, ask your questions or subscribe. You have to do one of those two. If you don't know what our Discord is, do !Discord. If you do and don't want to ask there, you can ask on Reddit, you can ask in chat. There are so many different things you can do, but thank you, CB Turtle. I do appreciate it. Let me do this question for me. All right. Doesn't have to be math. We can do anything. We can't all subscribe. We broke. But you are so wealthy in questions. There's a wealth of questions, a dearth of money. That's okay. Just ask me questions. I don't need your money. I need your questions. You broke. Okay, you broke. Great. Very good. All right. Do I need this? Maybe not. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. So in the figure above, there you go. Segment PQ is a diameter. Sure. Okay, so they're just saying the center point is O, PQ is a diameter. As a result, how many triangles other than PQR can be inscribed in circle O with segment PQ as one side with an area equal? Ah, that is quite interesting. I like that a lot. I like that very much. Oh boy, we got a lot of stuff going. Bruh, do you want us to screenshot every single question of the Khan Academy practice tests? No. Don't. Bruh, they need to eat. Yes, but here's the thing. I can only digest questions and then spit out answers that actually help you. If they won't help you and you're just doing it to do it, I can't actually digest that. I get a little backed up. My IBS starts acting up. We have a big problem. I can't stream as often. So too much of a good looking thing isn't great. It's like eating like plastic food, you know? It's like that. It's just like that. But I appreciate the sentiment. Okay, I'm going to draw this. That will help immensely. See how this circle goes. It's fine, right? Yes, it is very specific, but it's very dietary as well. Oh, need this situation. Okay, so here's our diameter PQ. We need to keep that diameter, and we need to get areas equal to this triangle PQR. I guess we can put in O. I don't care about that so much. Jerk lump! Hello, sweet jerk lump. Okay, in this situation, obviously we can draw lots and lots of triangles, right? We can draw one with, we could move Q over here. We could, there are infinitely many spots we can put the third point of the triangle. We have to have P and Q, so the other point needs to be there, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here, right? But now we need to talk about area. With the math section, if you, especially on something like this is number 44, so this is going to be hard. If you expect to know exactly what to do, you're gonna have a bad time. So use what they give you in the question to try to just start throwing math at it that seems to be related. I wouldn't do trig here. That doesn't seem to make sense. Circle stuff is going to be coming in handy maybe. We're not going to be doing parallel lines cut by transversal. We're not doing sine. We're not graphing. Like we're going to be doing triangles in circles. And they're asking us for area. So that's where we want to start the cogs turning in our brains. Area means, in a triangle at least, base times height divided by 2, right? We always need the same base times height. Language. So, how can we get the same area of triangle? Let's draw an optional triangle. Let's say it's here. So that's our other triangle. Now let's draw in a base and a height. The base, you know what, I'm going to do it this way. Let's just make that a solid line. Ugly, nice. All right, so the area of PQR, we can, if we're going to use PQ, I'm going to use that as a base, okay? The base of this triangle PQR, if it's PQ, means that the height would have to be, oh my gosh, would have to be that line, right? That's the height of the triangle. PQ is the base, and then Q to here, that's the height. Now, if we're going to do the height of this other triangle I've drawn, it has the same base, but the height, I don't know where this is exactly, is going to be right there. Now, clearly, the height is, they can't be the same because this circle keeps on moving out and out and out and then back in and in and in. So this triangle has the same base, but the height is going to be a little bit more because we're curving out here, which means that this triangle is not going to have the same area. The triangle that's going to be correct is going to be, so it's got to be there, or there's going to be another point on this side of the circle, maybe here-ish, there to, You get the idea, right? That's our other triangle because it has the same height. So we have one other triangle there, and then we're going to have two more. We're going to have one there, and then we're also going to have one there. I hope that makes sense. Yes, this is a difficult problem. It has to do with visualizing geometry. I recommend using, the clues are here, okay? They ask about area. What do you know about area in triangles? It's base times height divided by 2. Okay, let's try to figure out base and height. See, I'm working backwards to the basics. I'm not saying you're going to get this question right, that you're going to make the logical leap to get there, but that's where you're going to start, and hopefully, you know, Lady Muse will visit you. And it can't be on the other side because the PQ does not split the circle in two. It does split the circle in two. PQ is a diameter, I think. No, so the answer is, I was about to get there, is going to be 4D. Because, oh sorry, 3, I guess. Does it say how many triangles other than PQ are? Sorry, not D. It's going to be 3. So C is the correct answer. That's the right answer. There are the three pink triangles that I drew. PQR doesn't count. Does anybody have follow-up questions on this? This is a very, very difficult question. These visualization geometry questions are very challenging. Yes, this question is sadism. Yes, if you're looking for, it actually kind of looks like a pentagram type of situation. No? All right. How did you tell the area is the same? So the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, right? So let's ignore the divided by 2. For this original triangle PQR, let's say the base is PQ, because all of these triangles, as we're told, have to have the same side PQ. So let's just make that the base. Then the height has to be perpendicular to the base, right? So the height is going to be this perpendicular line all the way up to the top of this triangle here. So the base is here, the height is there. Now, if you move Q over here, then now the height's going to be a little bit less because the circle is curving, right? So you have the same base and now a slightly smaller height. So therefore, it's going to have a smaller area. And then you go this way, it's going to have a slightly bigger height. But then it starts going back down. As you go back down, you're going to hit another height that's identical to that one. And then on this side, you'll have 2 more. That's how you get to the 3. Okay, I'm going to move on. This is a very difficult question. I'm not saying you're going to get this. What I recommend on any visualizing geometry question, and anything in general, if you don't know what to do, use what they're talking about here. They talk about area, throw area stuff at it. Please sing a song. Absolutely not. I've never sung in my life, and I will never do it again. I will continue never doing it again. I'll never do it. That doesn't make sense. Ignore. All right, that was a meme question. Let's throw on a Reddit question real quick. This is Reddit ACT. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh. I died from this question. No. Yes. Okay, so this is good. This is one I can, not well, no. Not at all. But I could. The term "sing for your supper," I'm kind of doing that by answering your questions. If my supper is questions, makes sense. All right, let's see what we got here. You must ask your questions. You must. You just must. Okay. A license plate number issued by a certain state has 6 character positions. Sure. Each of the first 3 positions contains a single digit from 0 through 9. Each of the last 3 positions contains, okay, so one of the letters. Okay, so let me draw this out. This is where that dashes technique comes in, or slots, or whatever you want to call it. And this is where it's very useful. The permutation combination thing won't help you here. It's just slots. Always use the context of the problem to draw your stuff. This is how you go about this type of question, or how I do it, and you should do everything the exact same way that I do it, because that way your life will end up exactly like mine, which means you spend all of your time with Brady, which I can tell you is a pretty cool thing. Okay, we have 6 possibilities, and the first 3 are going to be 0 to 9. That's what we're allowed. And here we have A through Z, right? How many total possibilities are there? You can repeat. That's very important. Okay, so digits 0 to 9. That means there are 10 options, right? Because 0 is one of them. So we have 10 options here. And then we have another 10 options here. And then we have another 10 options here. 26 letters in the alphabet. So we have 26 options here, 26 options here, 26 options here. You multiply these 3 together. Or sorry, these 6 together. So you have 10 cubed times 26 cubed. So this is not, it's not factorial. It's just multiplying your options. But so is factorial. Factorial comes out of multiplying your options. They say we can repeat. That's why we have 10, 10, 10, 26, 26, 26. If they said we couldn't repeat, they said something like that. So if they said no repeating, cool. Thank you here in the moment. I assume that works for that. Does this, 10 cubed is 1,000. 26 cubed is way bigger, so it's, oh my gosh, what do we got? We got a follower? Is that a follower? Thank you for the follow. I don't know how to, you know what I should do? I should move that there. Okay, from now on, supposedly, if somebody follows, it will come up over the overlay. I don't know why, I've never done that before. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Now, let's say that there's no repeating. Then this would become a 9, and this would become an 8, because we've used, let's say we use 0, now we have 9 choices, then we use a 5, then we have 8 choices. Here we get 26, 25, and 24. And now you have that answer. Thank you for the follow. Bro, you just followed? Come on. League of CCAT. You should ask questions. Don't just follow. Ask questions. It will be good for both of us. It's like when you breathe oxygen in and then you breathe out carbon dioxide, and then plants do the opposite. It's like that, except with SAT and ACT questions. So try that. I've been searching the Twitch channel after seeing you announce it in Discord. Can someone do the Discord? Just do !Discord. And then the link will come up. Or if you scroll down, if you're on just in the panels, there's a disc. Oh, sorry. I got it. Yes, I understand now. Very good. Don't answer memes questions. All right, here in the moment. You just got a question. Do we have a non-meme and non-here in the moment question? Because I've done a lot of questions from you two, and I will continue doing more. But I would like to also answer other people's stuff. Doesn't seem like anybody else. Do not answer memes question. All right, here in the moment. I'll listen to you. Oh, I will. You're hurting me? Oh, PSAT tips. Hi, CB Turtle. PSAT tips. I don't have anything beyond normal SAT tips. They're basically the same. PSAT is shorter. If you've prepped for the SAT, then PSAT is fine. I don't struggle with SAT or ACT questions. I'm just here to fill the void now that I've stopped prep after actually taking the SAT. Oh, so you did a little switcheroo. So actually, what's cool is that by taking the test now, you're really good at prep. So you're doing a great job here, and I'm impressed. Oh boy, who is that? Who is that? Let's see. We have one more question. CB Turtle is back. CB Turtle! Look at all these people! Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nerdish. Although I guess I'm the one that should be welcome to Nerdish. Yeah, everybody say welcome to Nerdish, Brady.
Well, he turned from the dead.
Yeah, they decided
Did he-
you died.
Really?
I told them not that.
Well, I guess you really didn't do a good job of convincing them. Yeah, I was dead for a while. It's pretty wild. It's like a party. Because, like, think about all the people, thank you here in the moment, all the people that have died are part of the dead party. And so they're all there. So I had a chat with, you know,
Whoa. Wait,
a bunch of dead people. Oh, well, all these people are here. This is so much fun. I'm going to give another boing. I want to do one. Friend, you can chip your teeth with these. I'm the only one who said it. Welcome to Nurse Brady. Thank you, Meeman. Meeman Marcus. I'm getting addicted to this thing. This is not good. Not good. Not good at all.
Brady. Bum, 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 bum.
Today, are there enough rags on this table, Levi?
Probably not. Is there enough table underneath those rags?
Wow, are you a father already?
Um,
That was an intense dad joke.
okay. A real value K.
Oh, yeah,
Brady,
right. I'm doing
a
this.
real value K is chosen, so the quadratic equation above has no real roots. Okay.
Which of the following describes a method to change the chosen value of k in order to guarantee that the equation has two distinct real roots?
Hi, Prod.
That's very interesting. All right, now it says the quadratic equation above, and we see nothing above. I'm going to say that this is impossible unless we see that.
Yeah. All right. Next.
What instrument is that? I didn't make that with my tongue. No, it's called, oh, there's the equation.
Called a jaw harp.
It's called a jaw harp. It's a small harp specifically for your jaw. Have you ever been in this situation? You've got a jaw, but no harp for said jaw? All you need to do is get yourself a jaw harp. Or a jawarp, as I say right now.
League of Seacat. Hello.
Anyway, okay. So here's I don't want to think about that. Here's the situation. A quadratic and the amount of roots it has is all dependent upon the discriminant. You got to know the discriminant in and out, up, down, around, from the left, but not necessarily from the right, to understand how you could possibly change this. Okay? So just a little reminder. That's not it. The quadratic formula, x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And a quadratic having real roots means it crosses the x-axis at two different places. That could be one thing. Sorry, that could be two real roots. This would be one real root if its vertex is on the x-axis. And then there's no real roots if it's completely above or completely below, and it's never going to touch it. Okay? So, the thing that makes you have real roots or imaginary roots is the discriminant, which is underneath the square root. B squared minus 4ac. That's the important thing. B squared minus 4ac. This is called the discriminant. And this is like a tool in your little toolkit or on your tool belt if you fancy yourself someone that walks around with a tool belt. Minecraft, Hunger Games. That's an interesting thing. So if b squared minus 4ac is positive, you can take the square root of that, it's going to be fine. If it's 0, square root of 0 is 0, so plus or minus 0 is not going to do much. It's only going to give you one solution. If it's negative, you're going to have complex, which means imaginary eyes and stuff, solutions. So right now, we have to choose something for k that makes sure it does not have any real roots. Just going to method change chosen value of k in order to guarantee the equation has two distinct real roots. Okay. So right now, we can figure out what k must be. Not exactly what k is going to be, but what range k could be so that our current value of k has no real roots. So with the equation, we have 4.31 x squared plus kx, this marker is awesome, plus 2.5. So our a value is 4.31. Our b value is k, whatever that is. And our c value is 2.5. And in the beginning of this problem, we have that k is chosen so it has no real roots, which means the discriminant is negative. That's what we want in the beginning. The discriminant's negative. So discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, which is going to be k squared minus 4.31, 2.5. And we want that to be less than 0, because the discriminant is currently negative. Okay, let me get my trusty phone. We have 4 times 4.31 times 2.5. Here we go. So k squared is going to be less than 43.1. And that means take the square root, 6.56. So k has to be less than 6.56, but also k has to be greater than negative 6.56. As a consequence of k squared here, isn't 43.1 negative? Yes, but I brought it over to the other side. I added it to the other side, like in the same step. So it is minus 4ac, but then added that thing over. Oh, good. Very good. Okay. So as long as k is between 6.56 and negative 6.56, when you square it, it will be less than 43.1. So you should be okay. But k could be anything in between those values, and we're going to have a negative discriminant. So let's see what happens here. Which of the following describes a method to change the chosen value in k in order to guarantee that the equation has 2 distinct real roots? Brady, how are the kids? Who are the kids? That's my question. Like our children? Or the
Our children are fine.
That I tutor. Okay, so which one of these things here? You have to think about like the worst case scenario. I have no kids. I have 0 children. Worst case scenario is that you're on like one of these 2 extreme scenarios, like endpoints. You're at negative 6.56. If you decrease from negative 6.56 by 10 or 15, you're definitely going to be fine. You're going to be way out of that range. You're going to have a positive discriminant. It's going to be great. If you're at positive 6.56 and you add any of these things, you're also going to be well out of that range. So you're going to be fine. But let's say that you're at 6.56 and you decrease by 10. That'll get you down to around negative 4-ish, which means you're still in this area where k is going to be giving you a negative discriminant. So you have to do something that's going to guarantee you're going to bust out of this region. So right now we have negative 6.56, positive 6.56. K is in the middle of these. So if you, let's see, we want something big here. If we decrease k by 15, no matter where we are, if we decrease by 15, so if we're there, we decrease by 15, that's definitely going to get us out of that region. So 6.56 minus 15 is going to get us to negative 8.44, which means that's going to be our answer, negative 8.44. We want to guarantee that we get out of this region where our discriminant is negative. This is a really hard question, by the way. Increasing by 13 is like the runner-up here, but if you're at negative 6.56 and you increase by 13, you're only going to end up at 6.44, which means you're still in that region. So the only guarantee to get out of that region is to decrease by 15, because no matter what your starting k was in here, you will be in a place where your discriminant is going to end up being positive. If you remember anything from this, just remember the discriminant being positive gives you 2 real solutions. If it's equal to 0, it gives you 1 real solution. And if it is less than 0, you get complex solutions, which means imaginary solutions. Ha! Very good. Everybody understood that. No, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Any questions? Any questions, please ask me. This is a really tough question. The math section always messes with me. If you aim for a 1600, you'll get a 1500. Oh, so you have to aim for a 1700? Is that what you're saying, Prodvanix? I was paying attention, Brady. Ooh, well, aren't you my favorite student here in the moment? Hear that, everyone else? All right, I think we're probably good here. Oi! Oi, oi, oi. Give me another question, Nave.
Okay. Just so you guys know, this nerdish.com website, we're not trying to sell anything. It's just our one-page little website for this and like all those things, and it's a little one-stop mom and pop stop and shop. So we just put it up. So if you guys want to check it out and tell us if it works and if it like does what it clearly intends to do, which is just kind of be a place for people to go.
Should I answer my grandparents' phone call?
Yeah, why don't you talk to them?
All right.
Remember, yell really loud.
Hello?
Brady.
Hi, Grandpa. How are you?
Okay, Brady. They just came at 7:30 and picked up the wheelchair.
They got the wheelchair. Good.
So you don't have to bother with it now.
Okay. I'm so glad they came.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I gotta go right now, but I'm glad they got the wheelchair.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
All right, you too. They got the wheelchair. They got the wheelchair. Oh, my grandparents had this wheelchair lying around. The company that rented it to them was like gonna pick it up, and they didn't show up till 7:30 at night. And so we thought they were a no-show. And my grandma was just lamenting about how people just don't care about people anymore. But apparently they still do care. Is it a Gucci wheelchair? No, it is not. It is very much not a Gucci wheelchair. It is run-of-the-mill, kind of right in the middle of the normal distribution of wheelchairs. Okay, wait. So leak of CCAT. Anything negative is not real. We're talking about the discriminant here. Negative numbers are real numbers. If you have a number that's not real, it's imaginary, which means it has I in it. It has an I component. That's an imaginary number. This is an imaginary number. This is an imaginary number. So if you're not one of these I numbers, you're a real number. We were specifically talking about in the quadratic formula. When you solve a quadratic, you might get 2 real solutions, 1 real solution, or 0 real solutions. And if your discriminant, which is this part right here inside the square root, if that ends up being negative, you're going to have 0 real solutions. They're going to be complex solutions. And just as a quick little refresher, IMG. What does that say?
What are you trying to say?
No, if you rub antiperspirant all over your body and then want to do a sonic, can you die?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have like a heart attack.
Oh, okay. So if you rub it all over your body, let it dry, and then put on a second coat, and then go on a sauna, you literally can't die. So there are a couple of people in the world who are still alive. You just need to make sure the sauna continues to run. As soon as the sauna stops running, you can die.
Yeah.
So that was a really dumb question. Good.
There's no dumb questions, only dumb people. That's what you always say. I always disagree with you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So by the way, guys, imaginary numbers have I in them. Complex numbers have both a real component and an imaginary component. We call them complex because they have both in them. So you got real, imaginary, complex.
Honestly, I'm not kidding about this, though. We did just put this up, so if you want to take a look and then tell us if something didn't work, please do. Or if you think it needs some more information.
We're very excited about it.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Joe Plum checked it out.
Did you like it?
It seems to be fine. Well, that's good.
That's what we were going for.
You know what else seems to be fine?
What?
We're starting to actually do stuff on Instagram. We're trying to get hip with the Jive cats.
Yes.
So if you guys are interested in looking at some sweet content.
Do you know what Instagram is?
Oh, I think they're all still on the Tamagotchis.
Oh.
I didn't expect Brady to show up in a muscle suit, but yeah.
That's not Brady. That is Circumference.
That is Circumference. Prod Vanix, always wanting merch. Prod Vanix, that's a very good question and a very good point. And I think we want to get some more viewership before we decide to start unleashing merch on the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. But expect only nerdish lunch boxes. That's the only thing we're going to sell.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it be?
I think so.
I would put all of my lunch in my nerdish lunchbox. Yeah, we're gonna.
That is what is happening.
That's gonna happen really soon.
We are very public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're quite public right now.
Mm-hmm.
We were a private company, but no one watched our stream because they didn't know it was happening.
Yeah.
We actually didn't have it hooked up to anything. We were just streaming privately in the basement.
Yeah, and we were in private equity for a while doing this, and it didn't seem to help our demographic at all.
No.
So then we went to public equity, which is where we are now. And then what was next?
Then it was equal publicity.
Yeah, that sounds dumb enough to say. Yeah.
How much a share?
Oh yeah.
It'll cost you 3 normal shares to buy a nerdish share. What the? Is it in the calendar? Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I did not take AP Micro Econ. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, neither did we. What we're saying is not real.
Yeah.
It's imaginary. It's got I in it. Because I am me, and Levi is also me.
And there's an I in nerdish.
Yes. And that's where it all comes
And
together.
there's a 3, the 3 of us.
Me, Levi, and me. Honestly, that kind of humor cracks me up far more than it should. No.
No.
It cracks you up exactly the amount that we're
Just
going
the right
for.
amount. We're gonna just create a fissure right down the center of your forehead, and then stick our nails in there.
Light
and
will come
rip
out.
It apart.
Whoa!
Yeah,
You'll
there'll
hear
be 3
angels singing.
small glowing balls of light that turn around each other.
Yeah.
And everybody floats down here.
Yeah, I like that. Where is Cat Brady? What does that mean? Where is Cat Brady? Is that...
You know when you do your cat thing. Do your cat thing that you always do.
Caw!
No. That's the bird thing. Do the cat thing.
Caw!
No. That's the bird thing. Do the cat
Brady,
thing.
but cat. Like, oh, you just want me to be a cat? Encryption on YouTube. I think I know what you mean. Hold on.
Encryption, how are you? Welcome. Hi.
I know what you want. You wanted me to do this. Meow. Meme's got a question.
Meme has had a question for a long time.
Meme.
Sorry, Meme. Ow. Ooh, ow.
Dude, do Meme... I mean, I want to do it because you were doing everything for so long. You wouldn't let me do anything.
Dude, you were at the unnamed Jewish holiday
I was dead.
celebration. Right, you were dead.
You don't remember when I was dead?
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Meme, question for you. When you're taking the photos of these questions, do you have
Any idea
what's
going
on
with
the
White
earthquake?
of 1907? The famous White earthquake.
It was only for what?
Get the question up. Get the question
I
up.
did get the question up.
Get the question up.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Meme, you are a boy. You are a boy.
So we should just be doing this.
Oh, we should.
Actually, can we stand somehow so that...
Was that good?
Is that what you guys wanted?
That was probably exactly what they wanted.
Yeah. Why does everybody only ask math questions? Ah, that's a good question. Is that the cat thing, Prodvanix? Is that what you wanted? Or do you want me to make the boing noise? Is that the cat thing? Why did he take the picture like that? A polygon is inscribed in a circle. If some diameter of the circle divides the polygon into 2 regions of equal area, which of the following must be true? The polygon is regular, the center of the circle is inside the polygon is symmetrical about some diameter.
So, a couple of things. Before we answer this, let's answer the chat questions. Why did he take the picture like that? The page was turned. So the picture is upright, the page is turned, as you can see.
Yeah.
No, you had a mask. I think you're talking about the Batman mask, and it's pretty horrifying that you thought that was a cat.
It's the cat mask.
No, there's no cat mask.
There's the lion mask.
Oh, the lion
The
mask.
lion mask.
Lion mask.
The lion mask.
The lion mask.
It was a smash. It
He
was
did
the
the lion
monster
mash.
The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He
Okay.
did the mash. All right. So we have a circle with a diameter. That much we know is true.
You got it.
Absolutely.
Sick. I have a child at 9, by the way.
I also have a child at 9.
And then I have a child at 10.
Oh, that's new.
I drew the best circle of my life before you got here.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
No,
Okay.
don't doubt it.
A polygon is inscribed in a circle. Do the whole problem crooked. I'll try.
That's really funny.
I can do better. Well, I don't have to adjust the circle, but just
That was the
diameter.
funniest thing that happened tonight. Bro, good idea.
Here we go. Okay, so we're going for is that like a 20-degree angle or something? So there's the center.
funny.
Okay. All right, we're doing this. Okay, so let's just come up with an example that matches this thing. Some diameter of the circle divides the polygon into 2 regions of equal area. Which of the following must be true? Polygon, triangle, square, pentagon, on and so forth. I'm going to make a square here. Let's just see what happens. So if this thing was a square, divides it right there. Look at that. All right, so these are 2 equal areas right here. So this is an example of something that works. The polygon's regular. This one's regular. It's a square. Can we change it so that it's not regular? Because they're asking which ones must be true. Well, I could make this a wider rectangle like this. And it still is going to split that rectangle in half. And that rectangle is not regular because it does not have all the same side lengths. Regular polygons have same angles and same sides. Like a square. That's your, equilateral triangle, square, pentagon that has all the same sides. Blah, blah, blah. So right there, 1 is wrong because it doesn't have to be true. Polygon could be a rectangle. It's not necessarily regular. Number 2, the center of the circle is inside the polygon. Can we draw some kind of a polygon where the center of the circle does not fall inside the polygon? That's an interesting question. Very interesting question. Levi, how was your day, Levi?
Good.
Very good, very good. Anything to report besides my grandparents having their wheelchair picked up?
Yes, my lord.
What is that?
I watched Marley and Me.
Marley and Me?
Yes.
Was it good?
No,
Wait, you really watched it?
I did.
Why?
With the one who wanted to.
Ah, the one who waits.
Yes.
Okay. This is pretty interesting. Okay, the polygon is symmetrical about some diameter. Let's go back to the square thing for a sec. If I take that square and I adjust it, so it used to be here, let me spin it around a little bit. So all the corners are going to stay the same distance away from each other, but now it's going to be right here. Okay, so as you can tell, kind of, it's still cutting the square in half because it's symmetric, but it's not symmetrical across the line. If you flip this thing over itself, I should get rid of my old square. I'm going to get rid of my old square. My old square is this one. This is a really interesting and tough question.
I think part of it is that you're doing it crookedly.
I'm doing it what?
You're doing it crooked.
Oh, that's probably it, isn't it? So that square right there is not symmetrical across that line, because if you fold it over that line, it's not going to match up with itself. So number 3 also does not have to be true. So if we look at our answers, we know 1's not true and 3's not true. So all we have left really is 2 only or none. We have to see if 2 could work here. So this is the interesting thing. Center of the circle is inside the polygon. Can we make...
My lord.
Yes.
I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Make one.
The diameter of the circle divides the polygon in 2 regions of equal area. So if the diameter... Can you draw on the diameter? Oh, thank you. Then why don't we give it a bit of a trapezoid? The trapezoid is divided in half by the diameter, but the center of the circle is here.
You're absolutely right. Divides the polygon into which the polygon must be true. The polygon's regular. So no, it's not regular. Center's not inside. Look at that. Look at that. None of these are true. Throw them all out. They're all lies. Well, they could be true, but it's not that they must be true.
Good.
Is that what you wanted? What do we have here? With whom? Levi making some moves. Shit. I'll allow it. Very good. That's fun, isn't it? It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's so fun. Not hip hop. It is when something.
Hi-fop? Is that hi-fop?
Hip hop.
Hip-hip.
Hip hop.
Well, no, it's a PH.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's an HP.
Hewlett-Packard?
Hit points.
TBS.
Very funny. Let's move on.
Apparently, we've been asked about the Reddit ACT English. You're welcome, Meeman. That was for you.
Hippo P. Very good, Prodvanix. That's ridiculous. I like it.
Ludicrous. Luda.
Luda.
Ludacris used to be pretty popular. He had a song called Get Back. You don't know me like that. Get back.
Oh my gosh, we
You don't
do
know me
have
like that.
an English question. Oh yeah. Recognize this bad boy.
It's not erasing, Levi.
Why not?
I will need the liquid. I will need the liquid.
Bring out the liquid.
Bring out the liquid. The liquid has been brought out, my lord. What shall I do with the liquid? I like this one. I'm going to do it.
No, you cannot.
Why? I've been gone this whole time. That's not fair.
Warm, mellow tones.
Accrued from the instrument.
Complementing the lyrical rhythm of
The Hawaiian words he sang it.
was.
A ukulele.
That's right, Prod, it was. Very good.
That's what it was.
Prod couldn't read when Prod first started watching this stream, so...
There's no way any of that is possible.
Oh, what?
There's just so many things about that could not be true. Like that last question. What must be true?
Look, Bird, we have to present a unified front.
All right.
Here's the front.
So, vocabulary question. Tones, warm and mellow. That's, you gotta spell Braille correctly.
Brady, where's the front?
Right here?
This way.
Yes, the front.
Oh, guess what?
What?
Over there,
Yes?
to the west,
Yes?
it's all quiet.
Ah, haha.
Actually,
On the
it
front?
would be that way for them, I think.
They don't know that.
No, it would be that way.
Yeah, that's a good question. Accrued is usually refers to layers of buildup. Like you've got mineral deposits that are accruing on the inside of your toilet. Which
Yeah.
I'm saying that to you here in the moment. You've got to go clean your toilet.
Yeah, there's a lot of crud there.
Yes.
Also, in other news, or in other ways that it could be done, is bank accounts accrue interest. It is where you keep raking in the interest.
Tones accruing on top of each other wouldn't really make sense
That's
here.
so dumb. What?
Jeez.
Oh.
Appeared is also something that sound does not do.
Well,
Nerdish accrued the bag from their website revenue.
that exactly. Yes. Sure.
Accrued the bag.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you would be able to say that.
We accrue questions.
Yes, we gather them. They add
Yes.
up on top of each other.
You can accrue knowledge.
Yep.
It's being added to what already exists, but it's being brought in. Okay.
Anyway, appeared is like an appearance, something that you can see. Sound is not that.
Yes.
Why can't you accrue the bag? Because you can accrue things that build up on top of each other.
Yeah.
A bag is one object.
Yes.
If you were accruing bags, like we're accruing shopping bags up in our kitchen.
Lots
A lot of plastic
shopping
shopping bags that we keep. We're accruing those, collecting them. They're adding up on top of each other.
Yep.
You can't accrue one thing. This is going to be the word issued. And here's why. The bag means money. Because this might not be something that you hear that often, but you could say like, oh, the announcement issued from the loudspeaker. Issued sometimes is used to refer to sound. So like to issue forth from something, Levi issued a yell to his neighbors.
Yeah.
So yeah, not one you hear that often. Distributed also is not something we really use for sound at all. Sound distributed across the landscape. A soft yodel. Can you give me a soft yodel? Did you have some in the fridge?
Yeah, I was gonna get you one.
Really?
Yeah.
Nerdish issued the bag, the homeless.
Here's a soft yodel.
Anyway, Meeman. Was it a Meeman question?
I don't know.
Oh. What is the answer? It's issued. Like announcement issued from the loudspeaker. We can use that for sound. No. We've been explaining that.
No, you cannot.
Yes.
You can think of issued as like tissues, and it's not that word. It's shorter, and it means something totally different.
That is one way to think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we explained
Sounds
that very
issue
well.
from the instrument. So remember, accrued is things that gather up on top of each other in layers. Accruing interest.
Yes.
It's interest piled on top of itself.
Ogres accrue layers.
Yes.
All right.
So it's not accrued.
Let's do another.
Sorry, Meeman. What was it like being there? What, were the ukulele thing? It's from the Discord. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize your foot was there. I didn't know.
We have to go very soon.
What time is it?
Arithmetic Sequence. It's arithmetic sequence time.
Being there. Being where? Here? Prodvanix. You're going to have to be... Oh, answers B. Oh, never mind. Can you take some action shots of me when I'm explaining this?
Sure.
Very good. Use portrait mode. Do you know how to get to portrait mode?
Do you?
Yeah, I do. That's why I'm asking you if you know how to get to it.
Just go.
Okay, here we go. It's 4 a.m. here. So, if x, 3x plus 2, and 8x plus 3 are the first three terms of an arithmetic sequence, then x is what? When we have an arithmetic sequence, I like to put a couple of slots out. So we have our first term, our second term, and our third term. And we have x, 3x plus 2, and we have 8x plus 3. Levi, these are pictures, right?
What?
Not a video.
Who?
I mean, you could take a video if you want, but I want pictures.
Oh.
I want pictures. Very good. All right, I'm going to just flex everything. No, I'm just kidding. An arithmetic sequence is when you're adding something every single time. You're adding the same number. It's called the common difference. So we're adding some number. We're going to call it D. Adding a number to get here, adding the same number to get here. We just don't know what that number is, but we can find it by setting up a system here. So we have x plus D gives us 3x plus 2. What?
Step to your right.
Okay.
Keep writing the same place.
Right. X plus D gives us 3x plus 2, and then 3x plus 2 plus D is going to give us 8x plus 3.
Look at the camera.
Should I be smiling?
Not my camera.
That camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. All right.
Yeah. Smile, you dog.
All right. Very good. So now we have to use this to solve for x. We have a system of equations here. We got x and d, x and d. We can simplify a little bit first. So d is going to be equal to, I'm going to subtract x, 2x plus 2. And over here, let's move the 3x over here. We're going to have 2 plus d is equal to 5x plus 3. System of equations. You can do substitution. You can also do elimination. Ready, Levi? All right, so I'm going to use elimination here. Sorry, substitution. I've solved for this for d. I'm going to put 2x plus 2 in for d right here. A substitution. All right, so we have 2 plus, in parentheses, different color, 2x plus 2. Oh, that's a good marker. That's a good marker. Who's a good marker? You're a good marker. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So we have 2x plus 4 is equal to 5x plus 3. Subtract 2x from both sides. Subtract 3 from both sides. That's a 3, I swear. 3x is equal to, that is, take away that, 4 minus 3 is 1. Yeah. So x apparently is 1/3. That's an option. That's good. Let's just see what these are going to end up being then, if that's the case.
I gotta go because this is a new student for me.
Okay.
Have a good night, sweet nerds.
Yeah, whatever. 8/3 plus 3 would be, so that's 2 2/3. And then we have 4 2/3. So are we adding the same thing each time? It looks like we're adding, oh, that's kind of cut off a little bit. Sorry about that. 4 2/3. Looks like we are adding 2 2/3 each time, except that one's not. Hold on, I have to get this right. (8x plus 3 would be 8/3 plus 3. It's 2 2/3 plus 3. Yeah, 5 2/3. All right, we're adding 2 2/3 each time, so we got it. He's leaving. Levi is going to tutor right now. He's got 2 kids in a row. 2 children. He's tutoring. What time is it? Anyone know what time it is? Where did I put my phone? Where did I put my phone? Oh, it's right here. 9 o'clock. Oh, okay. I too have a child. I must go tutor them privately. This kind of tutoring that we do is too public for me, at least for this child. Therefore, they have procured private tutoring. I have your phone. Prodvanix, if you had my phone, you would be in this area right now, and I don't know how I'd feel about that. I'd be impressed that you got in here without us knowing, but I'd also be kind of creeped out. So, can you call my phone though, Prodvanix? I know you have my number. That's not true. You don't have my number. Nobody has my number. No one will ever have my number. Hint, my number is 9.